Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're doing some Ekadasi Bhagavatam Bites. They're all Ekadasi. And we're in Central Park now. You can see sitting
sitting on a rock.
We're sitting on a rock. And in the background, New York City and Central Park. And we're going to read Bhagavatam.
Canto 4, chapter 22, text 14.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 14. Prithu Maharaj continued, "My dear sirs, there is no need to ask about your good and bad fortune because you are always absorbed in spiritual bliss. The mental concoction of the auspicious and inauspicious does not exist in you." Purport. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela, chapter 4, verse 176, it is said, "In this material world, the auspicious and inauspicious are simply mental concoctions because such things exist only due to association with the material world. This is called illusion or Atma Maya. We think ourselves created by material nature exactly as we think ourselves experiencing so many things in a dream. The spirit soul, however, is always transcendental. There is no question of becoming materially covered. This covering is simply something like a hallucination or a dream." In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 62, it is also said, "Sangat sanjayate kama." Simply by association, we create artificial material necessities. Dhyayato vishayan pumsa sangas tesu pajayate. When we forget our real constitutional position and wish to enjoy the material resources, our material desires manifest, and we associate with varieties of material enjoyment. As soon as the concoctions of material enjoyment are there, because of our association, we create a sort of lust or eagerness to enjoy them. And when that false enjoyment does not actually make us happy, we create another illusion known as anger. And by the manifestation of anger, the illusion becomes stronger. When we are illusioned in this way, forgetfulness of our relationship with Krishna follows, and by thus losing Krishna consciousness, our real intelligence is defeated. In this way, we become entangled in this material world. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 63, it is said, "Krodhat bhavati samaha samohat smriti vibrama." Smriti brahma
Brahmshad.
Brahmshad buddhinasat pranasyati. By material association, we lose our spiritual consciousness. Consequently, there is the question of the auspicious and inauspicious. That those who are Atmarama or self-realized have transcended such questions. The Atmaramas or self-realized persons gradually making further progress in spiritual bliss come to the platform of association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the perfection of life. In the beginning, the Kumaras were self-realizing persons, but gradually they became attracted to the personal pastimes of the Supreme Lord. The conclusion is that for those who are always engaged in the devotional service of the Personality of Godhead, the duality of the auspicious and inauspicious does not arise. Prithu Maharaj is therefore asking about auspiciousness not for the sake of the Kumaras, but for his own sake. Interesting. Because so much has happened, you can forget about what, like in terms of the whole sacrifice, Leela and all that. Look at this dog, it's so big and fat. It's an overweight dog, but anyway, it's interesting that, and Lord Vishnu came down, Lord Brahma. I can't remember what else happened, jeepers. It's not the only pastime we read, but
no, we've read lots more.
But what's occurring now for Prithu Maharaj, you could say he passed the test. He succeeded. You know, he could have really created a horrible scene with Indra and everything. So it's interesting, after all that, now he's speaking about his situation or his destination. Is he properly situated to receive the mercy or to be fixed in the mercy? You know, it sounds like that, like in terms, because he is a king and there's a lot of opulence, and compared to the four Kumaras who choose to be little naked boys and have no possessions and stuff like that. And yeah, it's interesting. You know, does it make him less? It doesn't, and as Prabhupada explains as well. But yeah, interesting what's occurring for him, if you know what I mean. Like,
well, it's humility. He's taken a humble position, and he's also inquiring. I mean, you could say he's inquiring for his own sake, but he's also a Shakti-Avesh avatar. So
Right.
it's like he's inquiring for our sake. You know, so even though, of course, Prabhupada is saying he's inquiring for his sake, but I mean, he's definitely not inquiring for the four Kumara's sake, but he's inquiring on his behalf for the benefit of all of us, kind of thing. Text 15. I am completely assured that personalities like you are the only friends for persons who are blazing in the fire of material existence. I therefore ask you how in this material world we can very soon achieve the ultimate goal of life. Purport. When saintly persons go from door to door to see those who are too much materially engaged, it is to be understood that they do not go to ask anything for their personal benefit. It is a fact that saintly persons go to materialists just to give real information of the auspicious. Maharaj Prithu was assured of this fact. Therefore, instead of wasting time by asking the Kumaras about their welfare, he preferred to inquire from them whether he could soon be relieved from the dangerous position of materialistic existence. This was not, however, a question personally for Prithu Maharaj. It was raised to teach the common man, isn't that what we just said? That whenever one meets a great saintly person, one should immediately surrender unto him and inquire about relief from material pains of existence. Therefore, Srila Narottam Das Thakur says, Samsara Vishanale Diva Nishi Hiya Jwale Juda Teka Kaino Upaya. We are always suffering from material pangs and our hearts are burning, but we cannot find any way out of it. The materialistic person can also be called a tapasvi, which means someone who is always suffering from material pains. Interesting. It's not how I understood tapasvi, but yeah, okay. We can get rid of all these material pains only when one can get rid of all these material pains only when he takes shelter of the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. This is also explained by Narottam Das Thakur. Golokara prema dana harinama sankirtana ratina janmila kene taya. Narottam Das Thakur regretted that he did not pursue his attraction for the transcendental vibration of the Hare Krishna mantra. The conclusion is that all persons in this material world are suffering from material pains, and if one wants to get rid of them, he must associate with saintly persons, pure devotees of the Lord, and chant the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the only auspicious way for materialistic persons. Wow. That is intense. So yes, oh goodness, nice big doggy coming. So yeah, so very nice, and yeah, that point is brought out that Prithu Maharaj is certainly not really asking for himself, but he's inquiring for normal people like us, and therefore he's also quoting Narottam Das Thakur quite a bit here, because Narottam Das Thakur is also a Nityasiddha. He's not really in the mood of his prayers where he's saying, you know, he's always suffering from material pangs and he wishes he had followed his taste for the holy name, but he wasn't suffering from material pangs and he did follow his taste for the holy name. He's just saying those things, again, for us, for the common man. He's taking that position. But at the same time, he genuinely feels like that within his heart also. Yeah, I really like this point that he's also setting the example, Prithu Maharaj, of how we should deal with and interact with a saintly person if we get the opportunity to associate with them. We should surrender to them, we should take shelter, and we should ask them how we can get free from material suffering. So this point is about inquiry. Lots of sirens going on. But the point is about inquiring, asking questions about how I can make spiritual progress and spiritual advancement.
Being humble, isn't it? And making that person feel good.
Yeah.
You know, like not acting in a way like, oh, I know.
I already know.
Yeah. It's a subtle false ego thing, which I'm not saying that certain personalities have, but still, it's like that. It's like, yeah, it is humility, because you have to make yourself look like you don't know and that you're less, and please come in, please sit down. Oh wow, you do this, you do that, please tell us about it, you know?
Yeah, humbling yourselves before others, supplicating oneself, because Prithu Maharaj is a great king. I mean, he's going to do 99 horse sacrifices. Like you said, Vishnu and Brahma came to his party. I mean, it's not like the four Kumars in one sense you can say it's such a big deal. But at the same time, he treats them with great honor and respect. Yeah, beautiful. Nice point. Okay, we have to go now. We have a phone call to join. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining again. Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.